Hello YouTube, it's your girl Kinza Babe. I'm back with another video. I did a video with the rain and what it's doing to the compound and the issues I'm having with the rain now that I'm under construction. And I showed my little basil plant where it's getting eaten, and I couldn't find the critter that was eating it. That's because the critter was in the soil. And it's the color of the soil, so it looked like the soil, but I found it. This thing eat two of my seedlings, my basil that I've been trying so hard to start and grow. I had 3 basil that survived, and they just ate everything. Let me show you the critter that was eating my plant. There it is, and it's acting like it's dead. After it just ate, I have to look good in the soil. So yesterday, it ate this, and then by the afternoon, I came back. This tree, this one here, more leaves were gone. I have to look good to see if there's any more, because it looks so much like the soil. But I found it. Then now this one is gone. So, look, see, it's moving. It's not dead. It acts like it dead, but it's not. This is what's eating my basil, and it's black. That's why you can't see it. It's black. Why is it black, and why is it in my plant? Look good. What kind of plant? What kind of bug? What kind of critter is it? Killed it. Now I have to see if they will survive. And then look at all these mushrooms pop up. Pull these out because I don't know what these mushrooms. The colors. Let me see if there's any more, because they look like the soil. They look like the color of the soil. See, this is another basil that is surviving, but those 3 just pop. And I was trying for them to survive, and now bugs. But these are my passion fruit coming lovely, and these are the pomegranates coming lovely. Oh my goodness, look at this. I did not take the cover off, and what do I have here? A tamarind seed. Guys, I have a tamarind coming, a tamarind tree. If you guys know what tamarind, people call it different names. I have a tamarind. I'm excited. That one over there look like it's rotten, but this one survived. Oh my! That's why I have them cover. Maybe those might come. It was only like 3. Yeah, 3 of them right here that I started. And these are probably the soursop, and those over there are watermelon. I can't remember now. I have to look at the bags. But something is on these. I have to look for the bugs, because they would eat all my seedlings if I don't look. You see, the problem out here is those worms or caterpillar is usually from, I don't turn the light on here, from moths and butterfly, the moths. And here under the light, it attracts a lot of moths, so I have to watch them carefully. But look, I have a tamarind. I'm excited. The oregano did not come. Oh man, see if I have any more collards coming. Nope. So I have to plant more seeds in these and see what comes. But the collards hopefully will survive. 3 collards. I decided I wasn't going to go to church. I was going to go to church, but they had already started. I said next time I'll go from early and get up and be prepared. I'm going downstairs to do some work. And today I'm going to try to start some seeds. I'm going to plant some more seeds. The onions Ima did a while ago in the last video. he covered them. They're not supposed to be covered. Just the roots needs to be in the soil and the bulb grow on top. So if he covered them, they're going to be messed up. He was pulling them out. He don't take his time and don't follow directions sometimes. You know, he wants to help and he goes and he do the stuff and then don't do it properly. You know, he was like the onions, the soil is eroding from the rain. But the onion stays on top, but he covered them and he was pulling them out. Like, no, you don't do that. You have to be gentle with the plants, right? That's me at least, gentle with the plants. But I'm going down there to fix these onions myself. And then I'm going to plant some seeds. I need to get some more collards, kale and stuff in the ground with all this rain. And more, my peppers started, my hot peppers and everything started. So stay tuned, guys, okay? Okay, so these are the peppers I had out here drying, the hot peppers that were growing down in the bottom. I'm going to get some seeds because I need to plant some more peppers. I'm missing the peppers. I need to get some seeds going. And then I'm going to go down in the garden now that it's nice and cool out. It's so cool out. See, rainy season, it gets cool sometimes. So I'm going down there to see what I could do. I have to fix the onions. You know, Emma buried them completely and they're not supposed to be buried. Sometimes not understanding. Sometimes you have to have patience because, you know, he's a teenager and he think he knows. You know how teenagers think they know everything. Same thing. It don't matter what country. Teenagers, it's just hormones. So they think they know everything and they don't take their time. So he just rushed and buried them and he was pulling them out. So now my onions, and they were growing so nice. I have to go down there and see if I could get some of the dirt from around them because it'll spoil the onions. The roots were showing because of the erosion. We just needed to cover the roots. But it's a learning experience. Things are going to get better the next time around because now I know how I'm going to do my beds. You know, I didn't want to put the rocks until I know for sure where my beds are going. So now, this was like, all this is temporary. I could change things. I'm not a person where I'm set in stone and things has to be perfect. As you could see, I live in on a construction site. Things don't have to be perfect all one time. I'm working towards beautifying the place. So it takes time. So in the meantime, I'm planting the flower beds. They are flower beds. I understand. I have vegetables there. I started those there because I wanted to start some vegetable seeds and I didn't know about planting them down there. And actually, the lettuce and the cabbage are doing well in those planters versus down in the field there. But they are flower beds, but my house is under construction and I wanted to plant vegetables. Of course, they're going to be for flowers. And like I said, you know, when it's time for me to paint my house, it's under construction. As you could see, I had some coconut trees out front and they keep, when they cast the flooring, the cement, everything is getting messed up. My tomato trees was getting cement on there. So why would I plant flowers? Flowers is expensive. That's why I pick up from the side of the road. Why would I plant flowers there to beautify? Because you know, some people say things and I'm like, why? You know, it's just, I'm doing me. You know, it's no, and if I want to plant vegetable beds, it could be a vegetable bed. It don't have to be a flower bed. Guys, if this is your first time, I haven't introduced myself. I'm Kinza Babe. I'm here in Ghana, Africa. I'm building. When I go down, I'll show you my building that I'm building. I'm currently on the second floor, which they call the first floor, by my 2-bedroom. I have 2-bedroom on top, 2 stores on the bottom, and a single unit. And then I'm going up a 3rd level, which they call the second level here in Ghana, with 3 single units. So, as I was saying, And let me formally introduce myself. Kinza Babe. I repatriated back here from America, Florida. I'm African Caribbean American for those who just join in. And I am building here in the countryside, village, whatever you want to call it. I'm like building a homestead. Okay? These are short term. I might do long term in the beginning and then transition to short term. And then I would have a private home either here or puts in. I haven't decided yet. And then I have my little farming down in the back. Nothing is permanent. These are crops that could be removed anytime. Okay, nothing is permanent. I'm a chick like that. I go with the flow. I go with the flow. Nothing have to be permanent here. Okay, that's why I'm gardening like the way I'm gardening. I have the chicken coop, the little chicken coop. If chickens don't work out for me, I could put guinea fowl in there, ducks in there. You know, it's small just for my little consumption and for eggs. So here on my homestead, I will have the vegetables, the plantains. As you guys know, I just got some plantains. I planted some of these plantains, and the cows and the sheep and everything was eating them when I first started building. I started out with a few plantain trees, and some cassava, if you go back and watch my previous videos, and some maize, and the cows and the goats and the sheep were coming in and eating them. If you don't have a proper wall up, at that time they were building the wall, and the wall was already built, but the front gate I didn't have, and they were just coming in and eating my crops. So because I was under construction and wasn't doing anything with this land, I decided to plant crops when I'm doing construction. Everything is in a work in progress. Everything takes time. It takes money, okay? So I want to plant. I have all these seeds. I'm used to gardening from in the States with doing plenty microgreens, hydroponics. I did horticulture. I had classes in horticulture. But that's what I like doing. I was doing it for hobby, and that's what I like doing. So I planted some vegetables and some tomatoes. Last year I did plant some tomatoes there, and they didn't last too long. Well, they had tomatoes, but they wasn't properly done with Vincent being here. So now I'm trying with Ima doing his little beds and stuff here and helping me. He planted them a little close, you know. He rushed. Like I was saying, teenagers, they don't take the time to learn. Sometimes they just rush. And they planted a little close. But my next bed, I'm going to make sure, you know, when I tell him, okay, I'm going to do a bed there, he just go the morning I get up and it's already done, you know. I like that about him, but he needs to learn to take directions, or maybe they're not understanding. So anyway, the beds has to be fixed properly, and when I'm building my beds next time, I'm going to be there. They need to be wider. I know that the plants need to be spaced a little more properly, and he just plant anything anywhere, and I don't want it like that. No, this has to be a little more organized for me. It's just, and that's the way they farm, and I guess that's the way he's farming on his property over there. So, and then his mom comes and try to tell him how to do things, but sometimes, you know, teenager. But that's how it is. So we are all learning here. They are doing a few things. The wood is there because they're coming back. These are scrap wood from what they did over here, because they're going to come and cast this, but they're finishing up and putting, and then they're going to cast this floor first for the chicken coop. So everything is a work in progress. I'm casting a floor for my upstairs. I'm casting the floor for the chicken coop. I'm farming while construction is going on. If things are not perfect, it's okay. it's okay. These are plants. When I harvest them, I could pull them up. That's how it goes, and you replant, fix things better, whatever. So I had some papaya trees growing there, but since the workers came and they were offloading blocks, I wonder if the papaya trees are still there. Because these papaya trees, they pop up, and I've been getting a bunch of male popping up. I need some female papaya tree. But tell me down in the comments. I saw a video where someone said if you open a papaya and you take the seeds from the middle, those are female seeds. But I don't know if that is true. Anyway, I'm going to start some seeds today. I'm going to get some of these pepper seeds and see, since it's nice and cool, if I could do some work today. The grass is a little high because the weed eater is broken. But Ima went to church, and maybe, he's in school during the week, so he's going to have to come and clear some of this grass. I tried to get a lady came the other day to see if I could get her to come and help, but she lives far away. She's not close by, and the transportation and then have to pay her is a lot. And I don't want anybody permanent right now staying here. I wanted to test her, try her out on a trial basis. Maybe later I might call her, but the transportation for her getting to and from would take a lot of money. So, but I need some help. I wanted somebody around here. Maybe I might find somebody that could come and weed, because that's what the farmers do around here. The ladies come and weed for them. But I'm looking at a hummingbird over there. It's so big, but it's a hummingbird. I never see a hummingbird so big. I don't know if I could see it. It's right there somewhere. See it? One thing with iPhone has good zoom. Maybe it's not a hummingbird. It had looked like a hummingbird, how fast it was flapping its wings. Look at that. So what a day to be out, and that's what I'm going to do with this overcast cool day. I want all here to fill in, because if I don't fill in with grass, people think I'm crazy growing grass and weeds. But if I don't fill it in, you see what happens. The soil erodes, everything makes all kind of crevices. So I don't want to be in a muddy mess with bumps and stuff going down my property. So that's why I did that, and I'm going to do beds. I might do some raised beds, I don't know, because if I get some galvanized sheets and some of those plywoods that I have there, but the carpenter say, you see the plywood? This is what happens to the plywood. The plywood is no good. He said the plywood is not good to use for building it much. You have to use the boards, because look, the plywood is so cheap, it's like, it fall apart. I never remember our plywood in the islands, it will fall apart if it's there for years, but these things, they get wet and look. So ain't much I could do with that plywood. I remember we used to build things with plywood and reuse them. Every carnival we build little booths in the villages, but look, you can't use plywood here, it don't last. Because I was thinking I could reuse some of this plywood. They have a bunch of plywood in this plywood here, but the carpenter said no, it's better to build with the boards. They're stronger and they last longer. So all these little boards that we have here, I have to use to, because this is where all the board was stored, and over there where all those boards were stored. I know it looked a mess, but they were using it, and that's why it's like this. And when they're done, whatever scrap is left, sometimes we use it for firewood. So that's it. So now I'm going to go de-seed my seeds and try to plant some seeds today. So guys, I'm here, I'm planting. This is the bucket of the nice soil with mix that I mixed the other day. If you watch my videos, my previous videos, I made some cocoa peat, some of the brown soil, sandy soil that they use for building or for the construction, and what else I put in there, the chicken manure. So this is a nice mix that I mixed. So I'm going to start some more seeds because I need peppers. I need my peppers. I need my garden eggs. So that's what I'm here doing today. I'm trying to start more seeds. I just got some more pepper seeds, the hot pepper seeds that I had planted down below. I'm missing those, guys. I need those. And I had got some bell pepper seeds. I think I got couple bell pepper from the grocery that their seeds survived the last germination process. And then I have other seeds these are watermelon. I planted some other watermelons that they're not coming up. This I could throw down there and probably, but because I have so much grass and stuff, I won't know what is what. So I have to keep things in order. So those I won't plant right now. These are more of the hot peppers, the chili peppers, the red chili peppers that I had. So I think that's what I planted the last time. I didn't label any of these, but these ones is the chili pepper. I'm bad with labeling because I throw things in the ground and I do these seeds and then put them in bags. And the labels are right here. Some of them are labeled, some of them I didn't. This is garden eggs. I need to put garden eggs on this. But when I put them in the containers, I need some good labeling material. I've been labeling. Let me show you guys what I do. Where did they go now? I have so much. Okay. I've been labeling with the clothespin, but if they don't have something to hold the clothespins up, I had the dates that I planted, the passion fruit, and what the other one called? Pomegranates. And these clothespins, but it doesn't stay on if it doesn't have anything to hold it up. It depends on the container. So now I have eggs collected here that I've been drying, but it rained. The rain washed away everything, my eggs that I was drying. So I need a good dry area to dry, like my peppers and my eggs and everything. Oh, it's a process here when it's under construction, but I'm going to get it together. And what I did was, Boots is in the way. Boots is always in the way. Let me turn the camera around. Those plastic containers the egg containers that I had in the back, I'm going to reuse them. I took the old soil out and I'm going to put the better soil in and still use them as a dome and see if they work better this time. And then I'm going to use the egg cartons again this time. The problem with this is they get so moist and they fall apart really easy. So the seeds need to be germinated quick and then transplanted if I put them in these. But the good thing about this is you take them and you go plant them directly into the soil because this is biodegradable. It's good for the plants. So let's see. So these are what I'm going to plant my seedlings in today. This is all I'm going to do today. I don't know if I'm going to put 2 different seeds in these because I split them. I'm just going to leave them open. I'm not going to cover them and see what happens because it's pretty rainy. So the seed should be okay and moist. I don't know what I'm planting just yet. Stay tuned. So guys, I'm going to plant the local hot peppers from what I got down on the bottom in my garden, farm, or whatever you want to call it. I had some more that I had put in this plastic, this rubber. I'm going to plant in these. See, these is quite a bit of seeds. I'm going to mix them because they're the same pepper trees and see, but I gotta see how I'm going to label all these plants. Because the labels don't stay on, the wind come and blow them and all that stuff. So let me see. Next local seed that I'm planting is garden eggs. So this one is going to be just garden eggs. I'm just going to sprinkle all of them in there because these I dried and collected myself. Let's see if they're going to germinate. These are really tiny. Garden eggs, which is eggplants. Tiny eggplants, baby eggplants, not big, humongous purple ones. The red ones, the yellow ones. So let's see how much of these are going to germinate. I'm going to cover these slightly with some soil. Don't worry, they'll be covered, but not too much because I noticed the small seeds, they don't need to be planted too deep. And that's it for the garden eggs. So these are garden eggs. I had a lot of these. So I had a lot of chili peppers because these are the first peppers that I planted. And I think those are what I have out there in the black bucket. So I'm just going to plant these now. And they like the other ones, the little round ones. These are the long chili ones, the red ones. So let's see what happens here. The last time I just sprinkled a bunch like this and I got some good ones. So let's see. Guys, I decide I'm going to plant some cucumber seeds. I got some more soil prepared. I got a bunch of peppers and garden eggs, but I need some cucumbers. These seeds, I'm not getting any good germination rates. These are dollar store seeds. I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, 4 for $1.25. So When I was in America, I was at the dollar store and I got me some dollar store seeds. Let's see if they work. I want some cucumbers. The germination rate has been really bad, so I'm going to plant a little and see what happens here. Who's and how many babies is disturbing my plants, especially the kitten. Huh? Move. Puss, stop fighting. Puss is just mean. Nobody gets near her. Anyway, these are my cucumber seeds I'm going to plant here. Let's see if we get any good germination rates from these cucumber seeds. For these seeds, I definitely need to use my fingers. Hey, 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 hey. Get out. I have to cover them soon because he think I playing with him. Put one in each. Hey. Maybe I might put two. Because like I say, I don't know if they're going to germinate. My rate with these seeds, these dollar store seed, is very slim. So I put 3 in some, and then transplant them into something bigger once they germinate. So the kitten disturbing me came and turned over this one. This one I covered because the kittens, this one kitten is disruptive. It's a boy. The girl is not as disruptive. She stays away. See, I'm losing seed because that's why I have to move them out in the front balcony. Okay, cucumbers, garden eggs, local hot pepper, and red chili hot pepper, local red chili hot pepper. Cucumbers. I got one more container here. I don't know. I want to plant some marigolds, but I don't know if I should plant marigolds today. Let me see what else. Oh, I have bell pepper. I think I'm doing some local bell pepper that I have. Some seeds that I collected from some bell pepper here. The small little bell peppers that they use. I think that's what I'm going to plant in here. And then I'm set with all my peppers. Still have to go down there and fix my onions. And they're growing so nice. Oh, they got disrupted. I gotta go down there and fix them. So stay tuned, guys. Get out my seeds, cat. Kitten. Get out, get out. Being disruptive. I'm covering with plastic to keep the moisture in and not to have to do so much watering. I don't know if I cover this one good enough, but you can see the moisture is forming already with this humidity that it has here, and in case the sun gets too hot. So I have to cover these, and I'm taking them to the back porch because the cats is disturbing. So I'm back down here again, but the sun came up. Oh, it ain't playing either. But I could tell the ones that he pulled up and disturbed, they're wilting. The onions, they were doing so good. Now they got disturbed. I'm coming down here to see if I could try and fix them. Down here is really wet and muddy. Look at how they're wilting because he pulled them up. This don't understand the rooting system. He just pulls them up. Ah, man. And they were doing so well. So what I'm doing here is trying to take them back from under the mud that he... See, they're wilting. He disturbed them. The root's supposed to be down and see, like this. This is how it's supposed to be. Like how it was, but just with a little... See, like this one. Where is it? This one was getting huge and now it got disturbed. Like this one here. This one he didn't touch. This one here is after I told him not to just add the soil. Oh, look at the carrots. The carrot coming. The carrot coming. I'm down in my flood garden picking my last peppers because these peppers are about done. And down here is the water. All up here is full of water coming down. So now I know the area that gets more water. I'm going to have to fill all here to bring this up a little, I think. But it's a slope and then it comes down and now I have water. So all up here the water is running down the hill. I guess in rainy season I have to deal with this water running through the property unless I put good drainage. From up there the water is coming through those little crevices and coming all the way down here. But I'm picking the last peppers. Everything here is like moist and saturated and weeds. Weeds. But the cabbage is still surviving. The onions that was here is not surviving. I don't think onions like all this water. So this is not a good area for onions. Maybe over there that is flooded, they're still surviving. And there. So let's see what survives over here with all this water.